This tool is called Lemlist. As you can see, it's an outreach tool that help you basically find the customers that you want to engage with, create the multi-channel sequences for communication with emails and LinkedIn messages, collect the feedback, and then send them to your CRM. So let me introduce you to this. It's pretty cool, all-in-one solution. I really like it a lot. It's not been around for a long time, so not everyone knows about it. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. Let's start with the first section. It's called, so basically this platform has one of the biggest B2B databases of the contact lists. They have more than 450 million contacts, as they claim. Obviously, we didn't check, but it's quite a huge base. What's cool about it is that you can use different filters. As you can see, the leads that you didn't reach before, job titles, etc. So it's pretty much all the same filters that you will find in other platforms, like job descriptions or some skills or the companies that work in country and so on. So yeah, that's a really good thing that you can collect this data directly into this tool, and you don't need to transfer it to another one to send the messages. So it saves you time and helps you to keep track of everything that you have tested. So if you were looking for some segment users, it didn't work, you can expand that, or if it doesn't work, you can exclude from the same tool. So it's pretty nice to filter the audiences. So the next part, what I like about it is the multi-channel function. As I mentioned, you can set up the sequence of communication right inside, and you can use cold emails, like the first obvious tool with different custom parameters. You can see you can add the name of the recipient and the company and different data points from the first section, from the database of the contacts. So you can add them, insert into the messages. So it's pretty nice. You don't need to do it manually. You need to rewrite it and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Also, the great part, LinkedIn is one of the biggest sources of new leads for B2B especially. So Lemlist has a native integration with LinkedIn. What it means is that you can set up a multi-step communication process from the LinkedIn, then goes to the email, then goes back to LinkedIn. So it's pretty cool. As you can see, the sequence is like the person visited LinkedIn, you wait 1 day, then you send the invite, and so on. It basically uses two of the biggest outreach tools in one. It saves a lot of time again. You don't need to buy two different software tools for that. Also cool. And in addition, you even can add cold calling into that sequence as well. You need to use air call integration for that. It's not natively built, but still, you basically have all the points covered. Either you're using email outreach, you're using LinkedIn outreach, calling outreach, everything in one place. So pretty nice, pretty simple. You can set up to 12 steps in the sequence. I think it's enough. So 12 touch points for one contact. It's, in my opinion, it's more than enough. Some people usually do 5 for emails, then they do 3 for LinkedIn. So it's 8, and you have 4 more for calling. I feel like it's pretty much the most you can do. Otherwise, you'll feel like it's already feels kind of like a spam. But if you add even more touch points, it's gonna be even the reaction could be even harsh from your potential clients. So I wouldn't recommend to you to do that. And also, even in the sequence, you can add some manual tasks for your team or for yourself. Depends who does the work. Comment on social media posts, mention, etc. So pretty cool. And again, they have API set up for this tool as well. So you can send any event from your CRM, for example, on any tool, basically add it to the sequence. So if a person visited your site and you want to send him a cold email, or the person the cold email after he visited the site, you can do it automatically using the API. So it could be pretty advanced, it could be pretty simple tool, depending on your needs, depending like how big is your team, how big is your company, and so on. It priced, we'll talk about pricing later, but it priced that you can start like with a pretty small team and a small company, you can use it. But if you need more capabilities, you can, there's not a problem to integrate it into your big stack if you have a big company. So the next tool is an AI extension of this multi-channel flow setup. So basically, everything should describe that you can set up the communication with emails and LinkedIn and so on. So basically, this tool can write down every step of the outreach for you using its generative AI model. And the good thing about this model is that it's pre-trained for the specific tasks. So all of the tools that we're going to be talking about today, they have some sorts of generative AI integrations. That's why I'm picking that up. I need you to understand that you can use general models like GPT-4 or Cloud for generating these outreach campaigns, and people do that. But in order for you to do it with great quality, you need to add different prompting before you start generating them. And this tool only does one task, to generate outreach campaigns. So basically, you don't need to pre-train it, you don't need to pre-prompt it. It saves you time, and it has the data from all of the clients that are using this platform. It has all of the data, and it constantly relearns how to do it better, because all the feedback loop is built inside. So basically, you create the new campaign inside this tool, and you send it with this tool as well. So the tool gets all the information about the conversions, the open rates, everything. So it can feed this data back into its model, and it can improve it. So that's why I think it's really cool. And if you're not doing outreach for 5 years professionally, it's going to be pretty hard to know all the little details about how to word some specific messages, or how to word the titles of the invites in LinkedIn and so on. So there's all different nuances that work and don't work, and also it's changing constantly as well. So it's pretty good. They have it integrated, and I mean, it says it was 100 SDRs. I'm not sure about it, but still, it will save you time, no doubt. The next thing that Lemlist is kind of it's not like one company, it's a group of companies. As you can see, they make a lot of different tools, and one of the tools that they created, it's called Limworm. So what it does is helps you to reach the inbox using the cold email campaigns much more frequently. So it increases the inbox rate. That's what it's called. As you can see, if you use this tool for your email campaigns, you basically get more responses from the same amount of emails you send. So they sell it separately usually, but if you buy paid version of Lemlist, they don't have a free version really. You can just test it a little bit, but generally, if you want to use it, you need to pay. But if you buy the Lemlist subscription, you also get Limworm for free. So basically, all your campaigns automatically you can use for them this tool as well to increase the inbox rate for your email campaigns. So it's really nice. I just want to mention, I think it's a great value. After you send this communication, you obviously got some responses, and you want to send leads that are interested in your product or service down the funnel to the sales team. And for that, Lemlist has some integrations with the most popular CRMs like Salesforce, HubSpot, and PypeDrive. It's pretty much the three most used CRMs in the world. So you should be covered 80% of the time. But if you're not, they have the most important integration that they have is Zapier. So Zapier can connect to thousands of different tools. So if you're using whatever, you can just connect it through Zapier. It's going to cost you a little bit to transfer the data, but still, Most of the data is collected in the Lemlist. So all of the outreach, all of the like hundreds of thousands of contacts that you want to reach, all the emails, communication to LinkedIn, like everything is just all stored in the Lemlist. So you don't need to send this data into your CRM and back. So it's not going to be that you have tons of information that you need to send through the Zapier. So it's not going to be expensive. So it's pretty nice. Not too much integrations, but enough for you to work. And lastly, I want to talk about the pricing. So I will go to the monthly pricing. The yearly is obviously you have the better pricing, but not everyone wants to pay yearly. And like at first you wanted to test it out. I think it's best to start with the monthly plan. And if you see that it works for you, then you can switch to the year plan anytime. The price is, I would say, like if you really want to get all the value, I would suggest to just buy the $99 Pro plan. I wouldn't even go to standard. Doesn't make sense to me because all of the best features are on the Pro plan, and it's only like $40 more, so doesn't make any sense. For this kind of pricing, I was checking like a lot of different tools in this segment, and I can tell you confidently that this is a pretty competitive price. So it's really hard to find this set of features all in one tool and get this kind of price. Most of the tools which are competing with this are costing like more, sometimes significantly more. They are more established tools, so it's understandable. But still, I feel like for this price, you can give it a try. And if it works for you, I think it's great. I feel like all the features are very useful that I mentioned. And I hope that you will try and get some new clients for your business.